Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today I thought we would talk about something that might be affecting a lot of us, which is how to regulate your sleep during lockdown, because I think a lot of people are experiencing sleep issues, and it's very normal if your entire routine has been changed around. So I was thinking about it, and I believe that the three main reasons why sleep can actually be really badly affected is a lack of routine, two, less physical activity, and three, increased stress levels. So the lack of routine can be, of course, because we are not in our everyday routines, and a lot of people are still adjusting to lockdown, and there is a lot of uncertainty as to when things will open, if they're open and if they're not open. So we have to, I guess, adjust to a new normal. So our sleep will also have to adjust accordingly. A lot of people used to go to the gyms and things, so they have less physical activity. Some people actually may be really exhausted because they have more physical activity because they're doing more at home. So the idea is, use these tips if they apply to you and if they appeal to you, and maybe you can use one or two, so I'm going to just offer some tips on how to regulate your sleep, and then you can choose whichever ones you like. The increased stress levels, of course, everyone is being impacted by this. It's across the board, and you might have some stress management tips already in place. If you do, that's great, and if you don't, then maybe it's now time to try a few different things. Of course, please keep in mind that I am right now available for a little extra support. So if you would like to just talk to someone regarding stress management and you're having trouble managing your stress and letting things go, then please get in touch and we can have a free, no obligation call. This is just my effort to support you through this. So the first thing is set a regular sleep time, a regular bedtime, and a regular wake up time. Now the sleep time should actually be the lights out time, not a time when you get into bed and you spend a couple of hours there. No, this should actually be your sleep time, and give yourself an alarm maybe an hour or 30 minutes before that, so you know that this is the time you're dedicating for sleep. Make sure that you create a sleep conducive environment, and so that it's dark and quiet. And also, when you set up a wake time, make sure that you've left enough hours. Like, for example, some people operate ideally at 7 hours of sleep, some people need 8, some people it really depends on what you need. So make sure that you work according to your needs. Like, for example, for me, I operate best on between 7 and 8 hours of sleep. If I get less than that, then for me, I know that I'm not getting ideal sleep. So everybody is different. You have to know what you need, right? And once you actually adhere to the routine, your unconscious mind will start getting used to a new routine, and you'll be able to fall asleep easier, inshallah. Now, one of the other problems with lockdown is that a lot of people are not going out, so they may not be getting enough natural light. Because if you're home, you might not necessarily be out and about and opening curtains and windows because of the heat, especially depending on the summer where you are. So try to let fresh air and light in. This really helps to elevate your mood, as well as help your body regulate when is morning and when is evening. So especially in the early hours of the morning, start to let some sunlight in, and that way your body will start to feel more energized. A lot of people don't open their drapes because of the heat or whatever. So please, if you're having sleep issues, make sure that you are opening the curtains and the drapes. It's a simple tip, but it makes a huge difference. The third tip is get as much physical activity as possible. Now, some of us are used to going to the gym. If you're a gym person, or if you've been doing yoga or anything like that, all your normal routines, if they have been curtailed, then you must find, I suppose, another way. Because if your body is used to having that activity and it doesn't, then you won't get that fatigue level that you need for sleep. So try to build in a natural routine for some kind of exercise. Try to go out for a walk in your neighborhood, or wherever possible, maybe do something at home. But if your body starts to feel that natural fatigue, you will fall asleep easier. Also, this really helps with the stress, because when we have stress, fight flight hormones in the body, they don't just go away by themselves. A little bit of breathing will help, but a physical activity is what you need. Stress hormones are designed for, for physical action. So if you're taking physical action, that means that your body will be able to get those hormones out. If you're not, if you're sitting and just thinking, wo stress rahega, that will just stay inside. So please make sure that if you're feeling very stressed, then get some physical activity in. Now, the next tip is be mindful of what you eat and when. Now, during these restricted days, there have been a lot of memes and jokes about people putting on weight, and it's kind of true, because a lot of us tend to eat more when we're emotionally stressed or feeling down. And if you're in that boat, then the weight can come up very easily, and you can end up feeling more upset about that. So if you're not careful, I'm not talking about necessarily restricting your diet, I'm just talking about being mindful, like bringing awareness to what you're eating and when. Because if, for example, you're doing late night snacking, then your body may need more time to fall asleep because it's busy in the digestion process. So it's about realizing, okay, if you want to snack or whatever, you might need to change the timings around. So this is just about bringing awareness of what you're eating and how it's affecting your sleep. Everything that we're talking about today is from a sleep perspective. So keep that in mind and choose whichever tips you feel are going to work for you. Now, another tip that I want to talk about, tip number 5, is really reducing electronic use before sleep. Now, we are all online pretty much all day, and before we go to sleep as well. Now, what's happening with all these phones and everything is that they emit this blue light, which interferes with our sleep hormones. So if you're using instruments that have this blue light, try to use a night mode if you can. And also the best thing really is to limit use maybe 30 minutes before you sleep, and do something else relaxing, like take a few deep breaths, maybe sit on the veranda or something, read a book, maybe listen to some meditation or something like that, something that gets your mind in the calmer state. Also, another thing with phones and computers is that we do so much research online now. We've got several things open, and what that tends to do is it stimulates our mind, it stimulates ideas as well, which is great. But then you can't take action on those ideas maybe in the middle of the night, so everything is building up, and then your mind starts thinking, and it has no way to close those loops. So you're creating a lot of open loops for yourself. So that's not going to help you. So remember that these loops need to be closed so that you can sleep. That is the idea about putting the electronics away. And the last one is keep a notebook by your bedside. Now this might sound really strange, but if you're somebody like me as well, I do a lot of my work at night because I think at night. It's just been my rhythm. A lot of people are like that. Try to keep a notebook next to you. Any ideas come, just jot them down. It might be tasks for the next day, it might be something that you have to take care of next week or even next month. But if you don't actually put that idea out of the mind, it might keep circulating. So when you write it down, and please use paper and pen, because when you actually write it down, the mind and body system connects and you're able to let it go. That way you know that it's there for you to deal with when you need it, and this way you can actually allow yourself some rest. So I hope that these 6 tips have been really useful for you to help regulate your sleep. Please do try them. Make sure that you use the ones that appeal to you. You can maybe try one at a time. I would love to hear your comments and thoughts. Maybe you have some other ideas that have worked for you. So please feel free to share them with the Make Life Happen community. You can send your comments on my Facebook page or whatever. And if you have any questions or thoughts, please feel free to send those as well. Also, one more thing, anyone that you know who's struggling right now, maybe with stress or anxiety, please do have them reach out. I can give them a complimentary session and maybe help them along. We are all in a boat where we need to now help and support each other as best as we can. And please do share these tips with anyone who you think will find them useful. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum.